Look, man, when your goals and your dreams start to disconnect with reality, you enter a very dangerous place. So let's talk for a second. Based on the content that you consume and what you see on YouTube or when you're scrolling Instagram, where do you think that you should be for your age? Should you be making 10K per month already, flying only business class, traveling the world with the attractive girls chasing you? Where do you think that you should be? And then let's compare that with reality. Where actually are you? And look, I'm not gonna lie. I realize I may have been part of the problem myself with some of the stuff I put in my lifestyle vlogs. Flying private with my friends, going on these epic vacations with Julia, building my dream house here in Texas, driving some dope cars. And I showed this stuff the same way I showed my shitty little apartment in Boston, riding my bicycle around the city when I started, because this is my reality. And that means that it is possible. But for the people who have not seen my entire journey, I get it. It can seem like this distorted reality because you don't know what time frame it took and the work that went into it. And when you compare your now with my now, instead of comparing your now with the one that I had when I was at your stage, well, things get weird. And I see all these influencers promoting products or coaching and promising guys that they'll be millionaires by next year, dating 10s, traveling the world. And I get it. It's a good sales pitch. They're selling the dream. And I really do try and keep it more realistic. Like, let's start by making an extra 3K per month with the new side hustle and then build from there. And it's funny because a few videos back, I said that men should be making $4,000 before they worry about their dating lives. And some guys laughed at that. 4,000's nothing. Other guys were pissed off though. Like, money shouldn't matter at all when it comes to dating women. Just be yourself. But to be honest, for me, $4,000 per month felt like a lot of money for most of my life. Of course, if you're gonna compare it with the Miami influencers who are driving Lamborghinis, living in the penthouse, well, it feels like you're poor still. It feels like a bad place to be. And bro, it kills me to see so many men who are down on themselves, hating their current situation just because they're still early on in their journey. I've been there, man. Feeling like it's hopeless that I'm ever gonna be able to change my life. Feeling like I'm less than all these dudes who make more money than me. And that is why I'm making this video. So back when I was 20 years old, maybe 21, I was still living at my parents' place, and I would spend hours on end in my parents' basement watching YouTube videos about how to pick up hot girls. And I felt like, man, I just need to be able to go out to the bars or the clubs, talk to girls and pull a hot girl home every night. Like, I see these other guys doing it on YouTube. Of course I can do this. But it created this weird expectation for myself because I would go out, see the hot girls and want to do that, but I was paralyzed. Like, I was still having trouble speaking to the 6s and the 7s, but I was there thinking that I should be pulling home the 9s and the 10s already. And it just made me have this weird low self-confidence where I felt like a creep, and then I would just watch porn in order to get that release and then go back to watching the YouTube videos or reading the dating advice books, learning more techniques that I wasn't using. And the worst part is, whenever I was at the bar or even just at like the gym and I would see a guy who had a really smoking hot girlfriend, it just made me feel sad. It made me feel like I want that guy's life. I don't even want my own life. That's what I want. Now, of course, the guys I was watching on YouTube picking up the girls, they had been working on this skill for 5+ years. It was still my first year trying to do this shit, so my expectation it was completely wrong. But if we fast forward to today, I have built this skill. Those of you who've been following the channel, you've seen me interact with hundreds, if not thousands of girls. But the change only happens when I got two things handled. First of all was just meeting other guys on the same path so that I had that support system. And second was being fucking real with myself and realizing, bro, it's not realistic that I'm gonna go out today and pick up a girl. That's not where I'm at. So let me start by just trying to have basic conversations with average girls. And then I slowly built confidence with them while I was also self-improving and getting more fit in the gym and making more money. And the crazy thing is, when I actually started interacting with real women, I kind of naturally stopped watching porn, and then your brain rewires itself and you start to find girls who before you would have considered just average, you start to find them more attractive because you get rid of these weird, these weird fetishes in your mind. The point of this story is, if you have an expectation for yourself that's out of line with reality, it's gonna lead to feeling depressed and having these weird self-confidence issues. Now look, this is maybe a bit random, but something that had a massive impact on my self-confidence, and it really allowed me to start seeing myself as the type of guy that deserved more in life, was when I gave up my old insecure style when I was just kind of trying to blend in. When I compare my old style with how I dress now, I'm able to look in the mirror and just see a more clean, masculine image that makes me see myself as a man instead of a boy. Like, that's the entire reason that back in 2018, I created Edge Lifestyle Clothing. And today is the perfect time to pick up some new gear and level up your style, because our February flash sale just went live. That means we've slashed prices on our best-selling products like our Movement joggers. These are just the perfect everyday pants, built-in stretch for next-level comfort, or our new version 2 active chinos. Look, bro, there's certain occasions where you need to be able to dress up and have a more premium look, and these pants make it easy. Built-in stretch that makes them way more comfortable than other chinos. Now, of course, you also need a go-to pair of jeans, and that's where our premium denim jeans got you covered. These come in a classic fit, which I prefer, and also a slim fit version if that's more your style. There's even a few of our Berlin jackets left. This has been my go-to winter jacket. And don't miss out on our new Luxe joggers, super breathable fabric, and they're available with or without the cargo pocket look, which I'm a big fan of. All of that and more is on discount now. There's no coupon code needed, but you can use my coupon code to save an extra 10% off. This is a limited time promotion though, so do not delay. Just click that first link in the description or go to edgelifestyle.com to shop now. Now I want to tell you another story, and this one might seem a bit odd, but bear with me here, all right? So this is back in 2019. A lot of y'all probably started following the channel around then. I was 28 years old. I had just moved from Boston down to Austin, Texas, and my entire life was YouTube. Planning videos, shooting them, editing them. I was lost in the sauce, lost in the YouTube sauce. This is just after I launched Edge Lifestyle, which is funny because at the time, my lifestyle, it wasn't shit, but look, I was still driving the old Volkswagen Jetta of Julia's that was breaking down. We were living in a small one-bedroom apartment. I usually drove my e-bike around the city. And then it happens. The Volkswagen Jetta, it completely broke down. We took it to the mechanic. It was gonna be like $5,000 to fix that. There was something completely wrong with the engine and the front axle. And we realized, man, this car is only worth like $2,000. How are we gonna pay $5,000 to fix it? This doesn't make any sense. And then we went to do something that I'd never done before. We went to test drive cars. First, we went to Honda and test drove an Accord, solid vehicle. Then we went to Audi, which I knew was a mistake, but I kind of wanted to get some content, and we test drove the A4. And bro, Julia and I fell in love. It just felt like luxury driving that car. Keep in mind, it was used, 1 year old. I think they were asking for $35,000 for the car. And I had this terrible decision because I had been grinding up money the last few years and I could afford it without really stressing, but I'd never bought something that luxury in my life. And I almost felt this guilt and this shame. Like, I'm happy just making my YouTube videos. Do I need to splurge on this? Now, as y'all know, I ended up making the purchase. And it was dope. It was a dope car. A lot of y'all remember that in the videos. When I stepped out of that car, I did feel a bit more accomplished. It was cool getting drone shots of that car versus the Volkswagen. So I liked it for YouTube. But the reality is that that car didn't change my life. It didn't make me a true man. It was more like, yeah, this is dope. Now let's get back to the grind. Let's get back to making YouTube videos and trying to build out Edge. And the lesson here is that when I did not have these high expectations for myself, I was just focused on doing the work, I almost got these nice material possessions by accident. But all of my happiness and fulfillment, it came from the work I was doing. The car, the material things, they don't mean anything. Now, I got one more story for you, and this one takes it back to the lockdowns of 2020, which I think is a time that all of us will remember for the rest of our lives. Now, at this point, I wasn't crushing it financially yet, but I was starting to accumulate some real money based on the success of the YouTube channel and Edge lifestyle starting to grow. We were cooped up in the apartment downtown, starting to feel claustrophobic like everyone did back in 2020. So we started going on these trips down to Mexico every 3 or 4 months to Tulum. It was a quick flight. There were pretty relaxed restrictions down there. And each time we'd go for like 3 or 4 days. I actually I actually proposed to Julia in Mexico. We got engaged there. But something funny happened the third time we went. After our 3 days, we looked at each other and we were like, let's extend this vacation another week. Let's really treat ourselves. And over the next few days, we started eating at more luxury restaurants, spending a bit more money. We were sitting on the beach, having drinks, having a lot of sex, and just going full like luxury relaxation lifestyle. Keep in mind, those first few days there, I was filming and editing YouTube content and taking advantage of the trip. And something funny happens, man. After 2 or 3 days of living like this, I started feeling this emptiness inside of me. I started feeling like a piece of shit. Like, we're really just gonna do this the next 3 days? Like, I'm still full from my dinner last night. You know, my balls are empty still. What's the point? The point of me telling you this story is that your dreams and your goals probably look something like those few days I had in Tulum. Vacationing with a hot girl, not having to work, you know, driving a luxury car, eating luxury meals, but it's empty. It's not even a good goal or dream to have, bro. The only benefit of doing that was that it gave me the realization that that's not the good life. That hedonistic luxury lifestyle, that's not the good life, man. The good life is being able to wake up, get lost in my work, push myself in the gym, and sleep good at night. That's the satisfying life. And no matter where you are in your journey, you can make that happen right now. Yeah, it's good, you know, for 5% of my time to be able to go on vacations like this. That is something that's nice to aim for down the line. But that's not what's gonna change your life. Bro, you need to stop obsessing about where you are in life and the things that you don't have, and just get lost in work that's meaningful to you. Because at the end of the day, even if you're driving that Lambo with your trophy wife in the passenger seat, you know, excited to get home and pleasure you, even then, you still gotta be focused on doing work that's meaningful to you. That still needs to be 90 to 95% of your time, or you're gonna feel like a complete piece of shit. Bro, I know everyone says that you need to set bigger goals and chase your dreams, but for me, it's been the opposite. When I've obsessed over these big goals, it's created these weird expectations for myself and really fucked me up. Yeah, of course, you want to have some goal that you're working towards, but that can't be the focus, man. The focus has to be the weekly work, filming and editing the YouTube videos, creating your music, delivering results that make your clients and your customers happy, pushing yourself every day in the gym, eating healthy, sleeping well. The process is what some people might call it. Fuck your goals and fuck your dreams. And if you're serious about actually getting to work and improving this year, then you need to watch this video next. It's about 10 things men must quit in 2025. Click there to watch that now. If you're new to the channel, click down there because I release 2 new videos every single week and you don't want to miss them. I'll talk to you in the next video. Stay beastly.